What an incredible way to round out the day.
For an old man, Odoamne has some GP barrels. Well played. We can head up to Machine and Odo.
I'm old, man.
Old?
For esports, yeah.
I know, but the audacity from Trevor Granddad Henry over there.
I mean, that's
true.
fair.
The audacity.
That's true. He's old enough to kind of be my dad.
Yeah. I mean, it depends what he was up to. But I got Odo with me, and he was up to no good. 8 wins in a row now, bro. It's, I mean, after that first week, could you visualize this? Could you see this turning it around so quickly and so efficiently?
I mean, even though we're 8 wins in a row, I think at the beginning of the run, those wins were, some of them were steals. Our game wasn't really, our gameplay wasn't really so clean. I think by like our first like 4 or 5 win streak, 3 of those games were kind of sketchy and maybe not like super deserved wins, you know. But I mean, we kind of started to ramp up, you know. At the end of the day, wins are wins. Now I feel like we're kind of going back to our usual form. So now I'm glad that we got those steals at the beginning, you know. I feel like we would have ended up here anyway, even if we would have lost more at the beginning. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad for it.
Talking of steals, wouldn't mind bringing up the one of this game. Let's jump into it if we can bring it up, because I'm talking about Malrang. The caster's trying to work out how he stole it. Do you have the be-all and end-all? Was it just a Q? What was it?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Malrang was like, he's 1 HP, so our initial plan was that me and Larsen are going to try to steal it together, because we were kind of banking that my barrel was going to crit and he can do, like, you know, his Q and kind of have enough damage.
Sure.
And then Malrang, out of nowhere, he's just flashing into the pit with like 10% HP and he just steals it, so I was like, okay.
Gangster, kind of
gangster. Relax. So, yeah, I mean, I think this is kind of where, I mean, I think we were winning the game, but we kind of entered just before the Nash. So I feel like the steal kept it in our, you know, in our yard.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And how is the kind of the voices of the team divided in that respect? You know, in terms of keeping everyone cool when you are on the verge of an int.
I mean, it wasn't that bad because we felt like our comp was pretty good. So even if we fall behind, even if they would have gotten that Nash, we were like, yeah, it just kind of sucks. But we kind of have the tools to win. And I don't know, I feel like compared to the beginning of the split, everyone individually kind of matured in terms of, you know, their role in communication. I feel like there's not as much chaos as before. We're giving each other a bit more space to talk, and everyone's a bit more optimistic and has a bit more, you know, trust in our picks and each other. So it was nice. If it was the beginning of the split, it would have been a bit of a, a bit of a shit show.
Yeah, well, perfect word for it. I've used that one before myself. I wanted to ask a little bit, actually, bigger picture, because you know what, you know me. I rock up to a League of Legends event, you know, just jumping in, trying to get my feet in wet and understanding exactly what's going on.
Completely like clueless, but smurfing it in the end.
Well, I mean, it's not my hottest day. It's not my hottest day today, but we'll warm into it. But I wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, the big picture, because normally about week 5, you've got some clear front runners. You know, you've got your usual candidates, and then a couple of, you know, plucky young dogs. Rogue at one point were the plucky young upstarts. So just help me have a look. I don't know if we can bring it up, but just in terms of the scores, how close they are. We had what, a 4-way tie coming into today. If we could bring up that. I know I've just thrown production under the bus. This is not in the schedule.
I mean, I kind of know what was going on. I mean, it used to be a lot closer, but Fnatic and Excel and even G2 dropped the ball, you know, last couple of weeks. Because by like week 3 or 4, everyone was like super hyped that, you know, Excel, Fnatic, G2, Rogue, even Matt, especially Matt, because Matt is kind of improving massively compared to Spring Split. Everyone was like hyped that the split is a lot more competitive, but we started seeing them drop some games. So I feel like now, I mean, we're kind of having a breakaway and everyone's still fist fighting it over there in the middle, but it's still too early, you know, to kind of have a definitive answer on, you know, the power rankings going towards the end of the split, because in 4 weeks, a lot can change.
Oh,
someone
absolutely.
can go 0-8.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, someone can go 8-0.
Especially us, we can go 0-8 as well.
Oh, stop it right now.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but I mean, it's certainly unpredictable, but through a pro player's lens, my last question, but I want to ask, you know, who would be your sleeper pick? You're scrimming them, you're grinding them, you're weighing up the power rankings. Is there a particular team that you still think perhaps is being slept on, perhaps could sneak that 4th spot that's just been given?
I mean, I'm a bit confused because Misfits is not looking great at all, at least in our scrims, but they're just on 5-game win streak. Actually, they lost today, so the hype train kind of derailed.
Okay.
But coming into today, they were performing really, really well. I didn't really know where it was coming from, so I felt like they were kind of a sleeper pick, but after today it changed. And I don't know, it mostly just depends on G2, because right now everyone's like, yeah, G2's in the middle of the pack, they're not really doing that great, but when they wake up, they have a lower bracket. I don't know what it was, 15-game win streak, and
they can do that.
They just win the split. So, yeah, I mean, you can't really write them off, but I don't know.
It's tough.
I don't really have a dark horse.
Well, I appreciate the insight all the same. I think a lot of people are just waiting for G2 to start that engine again.
Maybe tomorrow against us.
Hey, there you go. A little teaser for you. And a little teaser for what's coming up next. PGL's coming. Trimby's on it. It's going to be a blast. Odo, once again, thank you for the carry. Much love.
Always my pleasure.
We'll see you tomorrow. PGL, stick around. Stick around.